All right. Who created God?
No one. But that's not Christians handing God some special exemption. The claim is that God never began and doesn't depend on anything else.
That sounds exactly like a special exemption.
It would be if the premise were that everything needs a cause. It's not. The premise is that things which begin, or things that depend on something else, need an explanation. That's a different claim.
And you define God, so the rule cannot touch him.
The definition tells you what kind of reality could actually end the explanatory chain. It doesn't prove that reality exists. That's what the arguments are for.
Explain the chain without using the phrase metaphysical necessity.
Your phone depends on a factory, materials, designers, energy, and physical laws. It exists, but it could have failed to exist. That's a dependent thing.
The universe contains lots of dependent things. Why can't their total simply be reality?
Because combining dependent things doesn't obviously create independence. An infinite shelf of borrowed books still doesn't explain where ownership comes from.
Maybe there is no owner. Maybe the borrowing goes back forever.
An endless sequence might explain each book by an earlier borrower, but it doesn't explain why the whole borrowing system exists in the first place.
Why must the whole system have another explanation?
It may not. The principle that contingent reality has an explanation is reasonable, but somebody can just reject it and take the universe as a brute fact.
That is my simpler option again.
Yes. The cost is giving up an ultimate explanation for why this universe and its order exist. Simplicity can become a refusal to explain.
Couldn't the universe itself be necessary?
That is logically possible. But the universe changes, contains dependent parts, and appears describable by laws and initial conditions that could have differed. It doesn't look obviously necessary.
Appearances can mislead us.
Sure, and a future theory might show more necessity than we can see right now. I'm not ruling that out. But then, let's compare it honestly instead of acting like it's already settled.
What does necessary existence even mean?
It means a reality whose existence isn't borrowed, assembled, or caused. It cannot fail because nothing outside it supplies the conditions for it to exist.
That sounds like a definition turned into an object.
A definition alone creates nothing. The argument is that dependent reality points towards some independent foundation. Then we ask what that foundation could be.
Why a mind? Why not mathematics?
Mathematical truths can describe possibilities, but abstract objects don't cause physical effects. The number 7 doesn't decide to produce a universe.
What about a fundamental quantum field?
A field is still physical, has properties, and operates according to laws. It may explain other physical states without explaining why that field and those laws exist.
You can ask why after every answer.
Only until you hit something that exists by its own nature. The debate is whether reality actually includes anything like that, and which candidate fits best.
Is that really the old question about why there is something instead of nothing?
Yes. A necessary foundation attempts to answer it without claiming that absolute nothing somehow produced everything. Whether that answer succeeds is precisely what we're evaluating.
And you think the candidate is an eternal mind?
The contingency argument supports an independent foundation. Other arguments are needed to support rationality, agency, goodness, or the specific God Christians worship.
You keep refusing to claim more than the argument gives you.
Otherwise, I'm just smuggling the conclusion through customs in a really big coat.
Fine. Suppose there is some necessary creator. Look at the world it allowed.
You're asking how a powerful creator could permit suffering.
I'm asking why I should trust an argument that ends with God when my life looks like evidence against him.
Then we should face that evidence directly, without pretending your pain is an intellectual footnote. Defending Christian faith is hard. Take it slow, show respect, and don't forget to pray for the people you talk to. Pray that God opens their hearts to hear the truth. God is in control. Pray for the wisdom to say the right thing at the right time, and let Him take care of the details. Tune in next time for more.